All right, I've made it. Welcome in. Hey, Kay. Good to see you. Finished up my regular work for the day, and now it's time to do a little sandbox work. I'll be streaming for 2 hours. Somebody earlier today asked me if I could help them do some pages in the HUD, so we're going to do that quick. It's really easy. And then we're going to hop over to Pickaxe Master's Gem Chamber, and we're going to build sound design, and then we'll see how much time we have after that. So first, I'm going to put together an experience here with some rules, and if anybody's interested, I can just duplicate this and send it to you, or potentially I could make a forum post and put the JSON files in there. So why would you need to use this technique? Let's say that you have, like in the Misty Mountain, we have like 11, well, we have like 13 resources. So how do we show the player all 13 of those resources on the screen whenever they want to see it? So I have the bottom portion of the HUD, and you can push medium click or the middle mouse click to cycle through the bottom HUD. So for this example, let's pretend we have 10 things that we want to display. So we're going to have 2 pages of 5 that we're just going to flip back and forth between them. So the first page and the second page. So let's just start by making all the variables. We'll just do number variables and we'll do player ones. So let's call this the first. We'll just say the first item. Let's just do a proper. We'll say thing.o. And then thing dot, I'll copy that. Thing dot 1. So we're going to make 10 player number variables. Player. Thing dot 2. All right, so right now we are just going through some quick logic, a quick lesson on how to have pages on the HUD. 2 pages of 5. Why would you want to do such a thing? Because your game has lots of resources and you want to show them all easily in somebody's HUD. Last one. So these are all player variables. And it starts at 0, ends at 9. Trying to get used to the programming thing. So thing.0, thing.9, we have 10 different things that we can keep track of. And let's just leave them at 0. So what are we going to do to talk to the HUD? I'm going to use the middle mouse button. You can use 1 through 0, left click, right click, middle mouse, because those are the options given to you right now. So I'm going to use middle mouse because you don't get the attack, you don't get the block animations, so you don't have to worry about him. And middle mouse doesn't have anything attached to it. Just a second. So I found it's just a really great button for using cycling through your HUD. Okay, so let's name this board, I guess. New boards. We'll rename it to... I'm going to make one called main systems. And on the main system, I want to have my event on player join. On player join, we're going to get... Actually, I've just been using the message. On player join. On player join. On player join, what's going to happen? So in the new system, you have to actually assign key inputs and mouse inputs to things. So when I hear on player join, I'm going to say I want the middle mouse to cycle. We'll just call it, the description is cycle inventory. How about that? So on down, we're just going to call that middle down. Pushing down. So to make it more programmy, I'm going to say down middle, actually. And I don't need to unbind it or anything, but yeah, it's cool to have all these extra options, no doubt. So that's the only thing I want to do in the main system for now. Which I do not know the best way to do these boards yet, to be more organized. So I'm going to call this the cycle inventory, since that's what we called it on the other one. So this is your cycle inventory. Oh yeah, sorry. Something else in the main system is going to be the HUD. So I do want a HUD here. So on player join, we're going to see the first set here. So thing 0. Thing 0. Just go through and do all these quickly. Cool. So now when we spawn in, we will see those 5 variables on the bottom right off the bat. So now we want to go back to our other board. Let's just give it a quick save and check that out quick. So thing 0, thing 1, thing 2, thing 3, thing 4. So now how do we cycle between page 1 and page 2? All right, so we're on the cycle inventory board and we're going to need another variable. Let's make it a number, player needed, and we'll call this inventory page. Page inventory. So initially it starts off at 0. And so when we do middle mouse button now, we're going to do some math. So we have down, middle, and we're going to grab the variable that we just made up, page inventory, and add 1 to it. And then it's going to be page inventory again. And message to send. Check page inventory. So then we're going to compare. Check page inventory. What's up, Wicked You2? Good to see you in chat. Thanks for dropping in. So if page inventory is equal to 1, then we will do page dot 1. And so if we get page dot 1, then I'm going to actually, it's more complicated to copy rules off of other rules, but off of other boards. I can hop over here, drag this off, and then we can Control C, copied it, go back to this board, paste it. Okay. So if I get page dot 0, it's going to be that one. And if I get page dot 1, then we need to switch this to the next 5. So 5. Six. 7. 8. 9. All right, so that should flip us to the second page. But that's not going to be it, because we want to get back to the first page. So you can see thing 5 through thing 9 is now there, but it doesn't go back. So we have to get it to go back. And I'm sure there's more than one way to do this, but this is how I've done it. And it works. I would do it this way in case you want to do like 3 or 4 or 5 pages someday. So after 1 comes 2, so we're going to do the next comparison. So every time down middle comes down, it's going to add 1, it's going to check. So we need more compares. And we can pull the HUDs out to make this less confusing if people want to use this logic. We'll put the HUD up on top. Something like that. And you can push this button now and it'll help you visualize what is going on here, which is nice, especially if you didn't build the logic yourself. When it is equal to 2, we want to go to page 0. And also, when you hit page 0, you want to make sure to get this page inventory variable back to 0. So you can do that by multiplying it by 0 if you want to get a message out of it, or you can just set it back to 0. So that should work now, I think. Back to the first page. So if you have more than 5 things that you want to display on the bottom, like what's in your backpack, then you can have as many pages of things as you want on the bottom. This is all set up for individual players, so you won't see anybody else cycling through their bags. You won't see anybody else's inventory. It's all for yourself. And so let's just, for good measure, do one more page in case, like, we want to add a couple more things. So let's say that there is now, a thing dot 10 and a thing dot 11. So there's 2 more things we want to add, so we need another page. Okay. So now there is a third page. So page.0, page.1, and page.2. And then we're going to duplicate this rule. So now when it equals 3, then we want to go back to page.0. And we just need to add one more HUD. So there's going to be a page.2. And this one is going to we're going to take the stuff off. That's what the eye with the line is. I want to take that off the HUD. Question mark is, I don't really care what's there. Leave it be. An eye is, I take it away. A pencil is right over it. So with this one, we're going to take the new thing 10 and thing 11. So now we should be able to cycle through 3 pages of stuff. And this is how the inventory on the bottom works for Misty Mountain. So page 1, page 2, page 3 goes back to page 1. There you have it. If you're interested in any of this, I can duplicate this experience and send it to you. I can also do a post on the Game Maker forum with the JSON files if anybody's interested. All right, so that was our lesson for today. Please, anybody out there who's interested in something, let me know, because I would love to show you how I do it. And now it's time to go work on the sound design of Gem Chamber. I can send you one Wicked You too. Make a note here. Okay, so let's do some work getting ready for the Builders Challenge. Getting this game ready for the Builders Challenge. We're going to be working on Gem Chamber sound design. See how far we get here. Do a little sound design. So I'm going to turn this music off. It's just going to be quiet. Make sure we got sandbox sound. Let me see here. I think I have the sound from the sandbox now. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so it should be piping through now. Pretty loud, probably. All right, so we have the full game developed here, but no sound yet. No sound. So there's lots of sound to put in. Everybody is seeing the same thing at the same time, so we can just go with multiplayer sounds for the most part, I think. For some reason, I thought I had sound on collecting. Oh, this is just a button. That's why. So, let's just start working at it then. I usually try to keep my logic kind of by the spawner so I know where it is, but grab a logic. We'll just start out here. And let's grab a sound. We're going to use multiplayer sound. And so we need a background noise for this, which is just going to be like a cave. Make sure it's a good one for looping. Like this. Why is it a haunted cave? So there's footsteps. This one sounds the best so far. Watery cave. Monster cave. Watery cave. This one's just nice. Nice and pleasant. So this one is the one that plays on start. It's not a 3D sound. I want everybody to hear it. And yes, I want it to be interruptible when the first player joined. Great. Now, when first player joins, there should be like a collect sound of some sort. So let's see. Something like it's a good one. That reminds me of like swiping your hand and getting it. So let's go with that one. So we will get that. Infinite loop, no. This one needs to infinite loop. True. Let's try to name these so I'm not mad at myself later. So, sound lobby. This is the lobby sound. This sound is player is first player joined collect. All right. So after that, we need like, I don't know, a crash or like a collapse. Is there a collapse? One's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Maybe both of these on top of each other, actually. So we'll put that one, and I'll put this one on top of it too. Yeah. So let's just see how that fits so far. Whoops. So that's not the right one. I meant to go on receive message. So let's do all these at the same time. Edit logic. Receive message. First player joined. So the first one needs to get stopped by this message, and these three need to start. So there we have the cave ambience, nothing else. It's nice. Great. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So once that happens, we're going to, I need like an earthquake, like a rumbling. A loop. A rumble loop. Dude, these are really good horror sounds. There's a lot of really good horror sounds in the new update, and I love it so much. I love it. I love all the new sounds so much. They're amazing. This one's pretty good. It's a little quiet. You should. There's lots of really good ones. Rumble Eerie, that might be good. I think these two on top of each other are what I'm going to do. Okay, so this one, it's going to stop. So this one is looping. It's going to stop with a message that's round 6, I think. Message to play, first player joined. Message to stop round 6. 6, great. So, glitchy rumble, and then I want rumble, this rumble. We're going to do both of those. And then on round 6, I'm going to start doing the music. So what's the music going to be? Sorry, these are loud. This one. What? These are just musical notes? Interesting. Okay, let's just look up loop. I need some sort of music. Wait, do these categories work yet? Music. Great. Probably pretty much just the same that I had. I mean, we hear these so often, but here's the new ones. I really like that song. I use it sometimes and well, I used it already in the pit. I like that one a lot. I don't think I ever made Wicked a mod. I streamed it when Wicked could never be in here. Hey Zoomzy, it's good to see you. Let's do that one. Exploration Awaits. Seems like a good one that we haven't used. and then it loops. And essentially that's it. I also want just like a magical sounding spell for when the troll witch disappears. So is there like a magic power up? Let's see here. Like a spell? Yeah, like that. And instead of the one that I used, I'll use... Oh, not that. That's not right. I want this logic donut. Instead of a voxel explosion, let's do lightning vanish. The timing might be off a little bit, but let's see how this works. This might be a little rough, but... Alright, so we've just got like an empty cave sound that'll loop until somebody goes up here and grabs this. Oh. That's not right. This one's supposed to play on round 6. And this one's supposed to play on round 6. And then it doesn't have to stop. It's just gonna play forever. Alright, give it a save. Hopefully, I'm done. I just need to play with the timing of the troll witch disappearing. Or maybe not. Maybe? Is there like a... I could have the troll witch talking. There's like some goblin stuff. So I could cycle through some different things for the troll witch maybe make a noise. That might help. That one doesn't have any bolting in it. Takes a little while for it to delete everything. Hopefully with 11 I can speed it up a little bit, but... I forgot to watch them. Oh, the sound's looping. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. This dark magic. So, message to send. We'll say kill troll witch. And I can send it to a selected actor. I think I only have one troll witch on the map. So, oh shit. Oh yeah, I do. Send it right there. So at the end of this sound, we'll kill them off. Instead of round 6 isn't going to kill them. It's going to be kill troll witch. And then also, we do not want this to loop. And one of these wasn't bolded. Oh, those are my askers that I was using. Size 50, size 50. All right, let's see here. So size equals 50. Close it. Then we're going to bold it like that. Great. Size equals 50. We'll bold it. Size equals 50. Bold it. Okay. And then I thought it would be cool to also add in some sound effects while the troll witch is talking. So let's see here. So let's go ahead and duplicate this one over. So there was like a goblin. Okay, let's just try to go through all of them. So on player joined, we're going to use this one. It's not looping. Second, or I meant round 2. Goblin 2. Round 3. We'll do Goblin 3. Round 4. We'll do Goblin 4. And round 5, we'll do Goblin 5. And then round 6 is when he disappears. Oops. I didn't hear the first goblin sound, but it might have gotten drowned out by all the other stuff. That's awesome. That really helps, actually. So this is a memory game, and you can teleport up to get a better view of everything. It's completely random every single time. Alright, I'm happy with this. He didn't disappear, though. We'll just keep all that round 6 to make sure it works. I don't know. Sounds sending messages at the end don't seem to work very good sometimes. I'm not sure. I'm just going back to round 6 here. So the other thing we can do, last thing, we can have a sound that goes to the rules. That goes to the rules. So we can just bounce them back with a rule. So this collect whoosh. This collect whoosh. If I go duplicate this, and we do it again with, let's do a sound collect. We'll be able to hear when anybody picks it up. It'll be on the HUD and we'll also be able to hear it. So if I go into debug and I hit inspector and I want to search for collect, that message collect, who's receiving it? Sound collect check, collect, the HUD, the math. So let's just hop up into this math rule. So when we get collect, where's the other one? Right here. We actually don't even have a message to send here, so we can just say sound collect. You can use this new rule too. Well, it's not a new rule, it's this rule. You can use this rule too to get it to the exact places to try to optimize. So, like this. Let's say sound collect optimize. So this will just hop right up into the rules. I'm sure someday it'll get to everything else too, because is this, am I not optimizing it by also having this message go everywhere and then go here and just one more step? Yeah. So, but you can do that and then hop it to directly whoever you wanted to hear it. For now, I'm just going to say sound collect. right, let's give it a final test. And if I'm happy with it, we're going to be done and move on to something else. Excuse me. So that speaker didn't spawn because there were blocks between us. I wonder if other people will be able to see it. Then I can see this one because there's no blocks. That's a very good representation of the bug that's happening with speakers right now. How to replicate it. My windows right now are making it. I'm super loud. Sorry. It's so bright in here I can't see anything. Bright in my room. Jeez, I can't even get on the first fucking step. Alright, there we go. I can't see jack squat right now. Alright, we got the sound effect. Good. Perfection. I'm excited for people that, I mean, people have played this one a little bit, but all right, cool. Let's go, baby. I'll be right back. I just need a quick break, and we'll move on to the next project. All right, I'm back. Oops. Okay, did I save this? So, happy with that. The next one I'm going to work on polishing a little bit is Eye of the Storm. Let's get Eye of the Storm polished up. So we can play just regular Eye of the Storm now. So the main thing with Eye of the Storm is we don't need to stop people from getting out of this anymore because the game starts when somebody gets sucked up into the tornado. So let's scratch this idea. These are just called blockers. Blocker. Just deleting all this. So just for cinematic, I have this sitting here, and then we're going to have it so that once you walk out of one of the doors, it starts flying. The tornado starts moving, and when this gets close enough to this one, the actor properties switch between each other. So it's supposed to look like this is getting lifted up off the ground and is getting sucked into the tornado. So that happens with the message start game as this one gets turned on. Start game used to be from this lever, but now we want it to be when somebody just goes ahead and leaves. What is this called? The tunnel's open room. So when somebody leaves this open room, that's when I want it to get sucked up. So instead of a button that says start game, I want it to be a trigger volume. Multiplayer trigger volume. And we'll make it so that it's just big enough to be like around the doors. It's pretty good. So now when you exit this trigger volume, that's what's going to send the message start game. And it sends it to everybody, which is fine, I think. So that'll turn this on, and then I have to remember what in the world I did. Speaker. APS tunnel. So this one's waiting for ASP tunnel to turn this one visible because it has tunnel 2 tag probably. Tunnel 2. And this one's waiting for APS tunnel to turn this one invisible. Neither of them have collisions or anything. So this speaker is what is making the actor property switcher start working. It's detecting something pretty small. You can see the circles in here. It's how it's trying to detect, and it's trying to detect something with the APS tunnel, which is these. APS tunnel. What has APS tunnel? Let's just say if it gets, let's try this, where if it gets close enough to tunnel 2, So if it gets close enough to tunnel 2, that's when it should say it. How about that? Let's give it a save. Let's see if we made any difference. Fair. That's fair. No collisions, invisible. Okay. Started flying immediately. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, okay. First of all, let's take this off. Are the tags are what? Okay. It still went up there. It's starting to fly. Who is talking to the actor property switchers right now? APS tunnel. So if I go into debug and I hit inspector, I can say I got this message called APS tunnel. Who's sending this message? This one's also sending it. Get out of here. I don't want you to send it. I can just completely get rid of that one. All right, let's try now. Okay. Is it because birds won't sit on the bottom anymore when they're toggled off? Probably. That's probably why it's like that now. It still got sucked up. Who the fuck is sending that message? Search again. APS tunnel. Yeah, he's sending it, but detect specific tags. No tags. There's no tags. Okay. Can't send a message that doesn't have a message. The bird started flying. Okay. So I'm going to have 3 sets of actor property switchers. Okay. So for now, let's say that I want you to see tunnel 2, even though you saw them already. I don't know how you did. And this is the APS tunnel. Okay. This one is going to start off invisible. It's going to start invisible and turn invisible again. So I want to duplicate this one. And so it's going to become visible when we hear start game. And then the third one is going to be invisible when we hear start game. So this tag is going to be tunnel start. So I need to duplicate this bad boy, put it on top of it, and this doesn't have a bird. It doesn't have a speaker. It does have a plant. Wait, I'm not destroying it. I guess I could, but doesn't have a toggle. And then tunnel opens room. Just say bird so I know the difference. And what was I just gonna do? We don't even need to have it toggled off. Can just always be flying. Tunnel open room. So this is the starting one, and it is visible. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna do. I want to make the speaker smaller for now. Let's give it a test. Okay, well that first part didn't work. Got sucked in. Because I didn't change the tags. So this is tunnel start. Then it starts flying around. It gets into the tornado. I'm confused. So, why is this getting turned on? Tunnel 2. Tunnel 2 turns it on. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, so I don't need that. That's why. Or maybe I do. So I actually want to. It's not tunnel 2. Start game. I want to make this visible. Tunnel 2. This is the only thing talking to 2. It needs APS tunnel, which is what also makes this one invisible. It already is visible. Does it have something to do with being a child of something? Oh, geez. Now I'm really struggling. Why wouldn't that work the first time I left? Just didn't get close enough. Let's take this tag off. So yeah, it's talking, something's talking to it. Started flying, that's good. It's looking for tunnel 2, so it can't switch. Let's just go with let's just go with a timed event. Let's keep it simple. I can kill this bird so it's not flying around the whole game, but so I need the message APS tunnel to come out to switch those two. I need to put tunnel 2 back on this. And what I'm going to do here is I'll just grab some logic. And I'm going to use a timed event. So it's not going to reset. It's going to wait for a message, and the message is start game. Let's give it like 4 seconds. And we'll say APS tunnel. We can just talk to a little small group here. Alright, at least it's working. Now, the time hasn't started. Because there's probably cleaner ways to do this, but so to make sure this only happens once, I'm just going to create a speaker on this that only talks once, and it waits for a message. That message is start game. And the message it sends is going to be APS start game, like actor property switcher. That's what APS is. APS start game, and it will talk to itself and APS start game. All right. That's amazing. I think we've got it. It might not be the most polished thing, but the pieces are there to start polishing and working with. It wasn't working before. I think the main difference is that I was struggling with is I think that birds used to, when they started toggled off, I think birds were allowed to sit flat on the ground, and now they don't do that. Potentially. Let's see if we wait a little longer. So now we can do the sound design for this game. I don't have any sound design. It'd probably be a good thing to do. I have 35 minutes left on my stream. So that'll always spin around for 4 seconds and then get sucked in. And if I run through again, we don't see any more. We're all good. We're Gucci. The new falling animation, or the fall speed. We're on the moon. Oh, does this have the old movement palette? Gameplay, movement palette, legacy, default. Okay, think about sound now. So there's a tornado out there. This thing gets ripped off. It's very windy. It's probably windier in the tornado. Or it's like windier up here. Up in the sky. So I can jump up 2 blocks now, right? Okay. So I had it set on default. Or I had it set on legacy. Had to switch it over to default. Then you can climb up these 2 blocks now. So yeah, you're gonna have to rework some old stuff if you want people staying out of things. If you only have 2 blocks there. Okay, let's do sound. But yeah, I can see some maps having to get reworked for sure. Also, because you can like jump and grab a ledge and climb up onto the ledge, so spots that weren't reachable before should be reachable now. Alright, let's turn the sound, this music off. And I'm gonna do sound design. Let's get the logic donut ready. I'll just work over here. Actually, work over here. All right, so first sound. So we need wind. We need lots of wind. Cyclone wind. That's a contender. Wind whistle strong burst. Those are going to be contenders. All the wind whistling. Wind layer ambience. Cyclone's the best so far. We should put a windmill on here. Is there a windmill? Watermill. Okay, so first let's just add the cyclone. It is looping. It's just playing the whole time. Never stops. And then on the message start game, I want like, that's when this thing flies up off the ground. So I want like wood breaking. Wonder if there's something like that. Is there a break? Oh yeah, that's perfect, bro. So we're gonna do that. And we're also gonna throw in the other break that was in there. Put these in a line. If they do like the same thing, we'll keep them in a line. Was there another break? I don't want to do any jump scare sounds. I'm trying to keep it kind of chill. We'll just put all the wood breaks in there. And then I want it to be especially windy when you're up in the tornado. So how can I do that? If I grab, is this where we spawn? No. So if I grab this thing, I wonder if I can just put sound on this. And I put another cyclone on it. So it'll double up. But this one's going to be a 3D sound that is like really big, but yeah, that's like perfect actually, probably. Let's see if it works. Are they looping? The tree one's probably too long. Oh man, I love that they added so much sound effects. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, it doesn't sound like crazy windier up here. Let me see if I can do more. So instead of putting sound on here, I'm just gonna like, oops. I'm just gonna steal this windy one, duplicate it. Let's just drag it on up to the top. Put it in the middle. So it's like 45. Whatever. Just eyeball it. Edit logic. So this is going to be a 3D sound. 1, 2, 3. How come that doesn't work? Potentially another sound when it gets sucked into the tornado would be a good idea to help sell it. Oh yeah. That's so cool. Why aren't you working sometimes? Exit message, start game to all. I mean, it's not game breaking if this doesn't work, but like... So when it actually gets sucked up in the tornado, let's try to duplicate these sounds. And since I have this timed event just talking to everybody within range, I'm just going to bring them over here. And so when this hears APS tunnel, then it can make that sound effect again. And then, yeah, I'm not sure why the exit message on the trigger volume just decides not to work sometimes. Maybe the logic is skipping. That's pretty cool. I can't deny it. So the music, we need to figure out some music. And so there's going to be a rule. Start timer. All right, let's see how I did this. So inspector, start timer. Who's receiving start timer? There's this if else. Start timer now. So that's when we're going to start playing the song. Unreceive a message. Start timer now. And then if Bruno wants to pick something else, I just really like this song. It's looping. Potentially we could also build like this tree into somewhere on the map and have it get sucked up. Have sound effects for all of that. I'm going to get rid of this one tree breaking and falling sound effect for the second part. Just to change it up a little bit. And then maybe we can just make this, make it just like a little longer. So the first time somebody goes up in the tornado, the game starts for real. And the music starts. The music's like, I love the music. It's a little too quiet for this one because it gets drowned out. Sure, what's up? Good to see you in chat. Hope you're doing good. Okay, so I think 3 cyclones on the top is a little too much. And then we need a song that's a little louder. I hope all your games are coming together good with 11. So I'm going to use this new category thing, which really helps. And I'm going to go back to music. And then let's see. It's going to be like a cowboy song because you're like riding a tornado. This is the other one I really like, but it's also kind of quiet. I also really like this one. I'm doing it. I have that one in the pit a lot, but this one I think... There's a lot of really good new sounds. I'm really happy with it. This one has higher notes, so I can, like, cut through the wind. It's pretty nice. It gets drowned out a little bit too, but what do you expect? You're in a tornado. But I like really melancholy like things, so maybe we need to step it up a little bit. The music. But for now, it's good. You have more time to like float around and try to catch stuff. It'd be really cool if you had the double jump in this game and stuff. That'll help you collect items. Oh yeah, I forgot to change the victory. A new change in 11 is they used to let you move around. Here, I can turn the sound off now. Come on. They used to let you move around while the victory thing was counting down, but you can't do that anymore. So like all of my games have a 30-second timer on them. You gotta just stand there. Remember to change that. Victory delay, 5 seconds. And delay before triggering animate camera. Yes, yes, all of yes. Awesome. 15 minutes left and I got some big projects done so far. I think I'm happy with that. Woke Zombie in the house. It's good to see you. What's up? Let's see, what other little things could I do? Rex Roach was working on the Ascension game, and he thought he messed something up. I can look at this quick and see if I can figure out if he messed something up. He said one of the things wasn't deleting. This is a sneak peek too. Rex Roach has been decorating. He probably just wasn't good enough to get to the top. Unless he actually deleted one of these on the bottom. It looks like he might have. On accident. Looks like he must have deleted the first one, maybe. We'll see. Also, I can do sound design for this one. This one needs some sound design. Playing with the new game maker. That a boy. Um, uh, I think I mean, having multiple game boards is very powerful to make complex games better. But I think the most powerful rule that we got was sending to SP, because essentially you can have single player games and a multiplayer experience now. And I think that's pretty crazy. It's just been so long since I worked on this, I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't know how we could have messed it up. Let me just run this a few more times and see if it skips any lines. We've done pretty much all the exciting work so far. I'm gonna sign off pretty soon here. So the way that this works is I've got an RNG that goes through, and basically you just have to wait in line. But if it misses all four of them, like it doesn't turn this one on, doesn't turn this one on, doesn't turn... How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. If it doesn't turn any of them on, it has to go back and make sure that it hits one. And I'm worried that's what he might have messed up, but it doesn't seem like it. Seems like everything's good. But if I see one of the lines fail, that'll give me a clue to where to start looking. Doing this with a bunch of voids. Well, it hasn't messed up once yet for me. We have to build a whole cinematic start for this game like we did for Gem Chamber. So the Troll Witch will be here, flapping his mouth again. Perfect. I'll watch it one more time. It like zigzags up and down, or up too. Like it goes from the right to the left to the right, which I just did that to help me when I was building so I didn't have to go all the way to the left, all the way to the right. So yeah, it zigzags up. All right, looking pretty good. And then this game's going to have a locked camera like right here. So you can't look up. This game used to be a lot easier, but the new jumps have made it a little more difficult. I don't think the fireballs are working. Probably because I tabbed in and out so many times. Definitely not getting any fireballs. I almost died. Jeez, am I ever gonna get to the top? And then that's all decorated up there now too. Little sneak peeky Rooney. Woo! Wonder why the fireballs weren't working. Let me load it one more time just to make sure it didn't get messed up. There they are. So yeah, it was just reloading it a bunch of times problem. And you won't be able to cheat like this looking up at them. You'll just have the camera like, we'll just take it out a little bit if it needs to be a little easier. But I want the camera to be close enough so that if you're in the middle, you can't tell which side is opened up. So, pretty close. It's not supposed to be easy to get to the top. That's why I went through all the trouble of making a system on the bottom that keeps track of your best meter climbed and how long it took you to get there. And as the game plays, you can try to get a better score on the left side. You can see I climbed 10 meters in 2 seconds, but it doesn't beat my best, so it doesn't overwrite my best. Yeah, and all these games are playable in multiplayer, so I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be a good time. Can't wait to start Whoa! I can't wait to start publishing games in 11.
I wonder if I captured it.
That was loud as balls. I'm not connected to my chat. if anybody's been chatting. Thanks for whoever said the pokey check. But yeah, I'm gonna go raid Panda. She's probably about to sign off, so I'm gonna raid her before she can raid me. I love you all very much. It was a good game today, team. And
why is it a guilty
there
pleasure?
There she is. I figured
because
it was you, Huddle.
I will do it all the time.
All the time.
I'm supposed to be working.
Literally supposed to be working right now.
I'm supposed to be doing other stuff. I do it every single night on stream.
We'll get back to doing it. Okay, much love. Mwah.